Okay, after that little mishap, I'm back, and I'm actually gonna have to make sure I definitely edit the sounds down for this part. I'm not seeing the security camera that you're mentioning, guys. I'm not seeing it. I don't think it actually exists. Huh. Interesting, so they have many windows. Okay, I guess we're just gonna go inside. But it really shouldn't say go inside, it should say ring the doorbell because we're not just gonna walk inside.
BCP のものです。ちょっとお話を伺いたいのですが。
BCP ちょっと待ってください。セキュリティを解除しますから ID をカメラに向けてください。
こうかな。ロレイン。いや、カレンさん。
ええ、カレン北条です。あなたはジョナサン・イングラム。あなたイングラムね。
ああ、そうだが。
帰って。どうして私たちの家族につきまとうの？これ以上私たちを苦しめないで。お願いよ。
カレンさん、そんな気はない。俺はただ地球でロレインに君の母親に頼まれたんだ。父親を探し出してほしいって。
その母さんもあなたに会いに行ったばっかりに。どうして父や母が。どうしてなの？あなたよ、ジョナサン・イングラム。いつもあなたが原因よ。あなたが母を殺したも同然よ。付きまとうのはやめてください。父は私が探します。帰ってください。
カレンさん、あなたはジョナサンを誤解してる。
あなたは？
私は BCP の風紀家のエド・ブラウン。ジョナサン同様、君の母さんの古い友人だ。ジョナサンがロレインや君たちを苦しめるなんてとんでもない。俺はこいつと古い付き合いだ。こいつのロレインへの気持ちは誰よりも知っている。
知ってるわ。母さんもあなたのことをずっと思ってた。母は父にいくら言われてもあなたの写真いつも持ち歩いていたもの。父さんかわいそうだった。母さんは忘れなければならなかったのよ。そのことで父と母は喧嘩が絶えなかったわ。私はそんな二人を見て育ったのよ。幼い頃から。ジョナサン・イングラムを恨みながら。
知らなかった。すまない。カレンさん、君の気持ちはよくわかる。だがジョナサンを恨むのは間違っている。こいつはつい3年前まで宇宙をさまよっていたんだ。カレンさん、聞いてくれ。君も君の父さんも大変な事件に巻き込まれてるかもしれない。俺は君たちを助けたい。君たちの力になりたい。カレンさん、どうか分かってくれ。
分かったわ。うるさくされると迷惑だから。中に入って。
ありがたい。
That was easy.
さてどうしましょう、刑事さん。
へえ、内装も素晴らしい。
Okay. Yeah, no, that was just way too easy to get inside. Okay, let's see. Well, first let's look around the room. biosphere. It serves as a model of the CELIUS. CELIUS stands for Closed Ecological Life Support System. You don't need to give it any food or oxygen and still be self-sufficient. Like this model, if the colony's balance were disrupted, it would become unable to support life. Interesting. The water is filled with bacteria soap. The temperature is maintained at 25 degrees Celsius. Bacteria oxidize the inorganic waste, producing carbon dioxide and inorganic compounds. Oh, okay. Nothing new to say. What do these speakers belong to? They go with our home entertainment system there. Are these those new cordless speakers with biomaterials? Right, it's an infrared system with no dead end or no dead areas whatsoever. That was a fairly lengthy sequence back there, and the fact that they don't blink is kind of creepy. I mean, here they blink, but they didn't seem to blink back when we were in that little... Basically, it was a cutscene. Since there was nothing I could do, I could just sit there and watch it. They're ultra thin, and you can even decorate them with photos or paintings. Yes, but Dad has never been one to do that. It's a wall-mounted HD TV. It's got a chaos system too. You can set the hue to change according to your emotions, like you're laughing or crying. I remember things headed this way in the early 20th when they brought out washing machines and ovens with neural networks and fuzzy logic and so on. You're welcome to turn on the TV. Well, what's on TV? Before we get talking about anything. Probably nothing new.
こんにちは。ニュースオーダーの時間です。ビヨンド建設記念日を間近に控えた今日、地球へ帰ろう運動の決起集会が行われました。集会には約1万人以上のリーペイトリエイティストらが徳川ビル前に集まり、BCP の間に衝突もありましたが、怪我人は出ておりません。BCP では建設記念日に向けてテロ活動への警戒を呼びかけています。以上、BBC からお伝えしました。
Okay.
これ録画ですか？
いいえ、CG 合成です。私のデータからコンピュータが作り出した本物そっくりの映像です。
Okay. So I guess all you do is the voice? Really? Show the pictures first, why not? It's a picture of Mom and Dad. Where'd you get it? Your mother gave it to me on a home.
カレン、この写真。
この写真。
ロレインとの写真だ。処分は君に任せる。
どうして？
ロレインはここにいる。このビヨンドに生きている。俺のところじゃない。処分は任せる。
わかった。
Okay, so we no longer have that picture. Brought it with me to prove who I am if need be. Let's... How did we suddenly get to talk about Saito? Who is Saito? I'm curious, but I first want to go and talk about some of these other things. We'll go down the list. This can't be an easy thing to talk about, but it's necessary for our investigation. What can you tell us about your parents? My father is industrial who immigrated to Beyond shortly after it was completed. Your mother told me that they met at Tokugawa's festival for Japanese people. Yes, that's correct. He said Mom was inconsolable after your accident. Rain. He devoted himself to her. They married 6 months later. Wow, only 6 months. We'll just go down the list, and we'll just keep going down the list as need be. What does your father do at Tokugawa Pharmaceuticals? All I know is he's involved with developing new pharmaceuticals. To your understanding, what kind of work is it? I don't know. He never talked much about it. He never discussed his work at home? Not with me, anyway. Interesting. Hojo's behavior. Did you notice anything unusual about your father before he disappeared? You've been acting kind of strange lately, and maybe things weren't going well at work? So he definitely was different than usual. Yes, he does have a tendency to worry at times, but nothing like that. What are his hobbies? Hobbies? Well, he likes listening to CDs. CDs? Yes, he has a lot of CDs he got when he was younger. Unusual, I know. I understand how that is. We came from the same time. That's his only hobby per se. He doesn't have any friends. So would he spend his days off here? He was almost never home since he and Mom didn't get along. Their relationship made him into a workaholic. Whenever he was home, he would spend his time listening to music by himself. Dad's CDs were over on those shelves. Go take a look if you like. Maybe later. Do you know someone called Michael Saito who works at Tokugawa? Who? What? No. How did we suddenly... I don't recall any mention of someone named Michael Saito. Really don't.
ロレインのことは
母の仮葬儀は終わりました。母は友人も少なかったし、私だけの寂しい葬儀でした。
遺体は
難しいみたい。せめてお骨だけでもって思うんですけど。
残念ながらビヨンドへの遺体の持ち込みは許可されないでしょう。
父が知ったらどんなに悲しむか。
遺留品は
遺留品も無理らしいです。
そうですか。お気の毒に。ロレインに君のこと頼むって言われた。
そうですか。
Her job. I'm a news anchor with BBC, not the British Broadcasting Centre. However, the acronym really should be BCB, but whatever. I think it was just a failure in translation. But on the actual TV it still says BBC, so who knows? And this is just a patch, so obviously on the actual television it specifically says BBC, so they just obviously, it's just an issue with the way it worked out, but whatever, it's not that big of a deal anyway. We always watch your programs at my house. Are you off today? I'm taking some time off because of my health. I don't think anyone will know it's CG. Her illness. Your mother was worried about an illness she said you have. Would you mind telling me about it? I have aplastic anemia. Some cells in my bone marrow, the ones that create new blood, have become damaged and I can't produce blood cells properly. I can become anemic or get hemorrhages, or be more susceptible to infection. That's why you're so pale, is it? Its cause. How did you get such a serious illness? In my case, it was exposure to cosmic radiation. Here, I have secondary aplastic anemia. Unlike home, Surface and Beyond gets hit by a good deal of radiation, so they must offer some form of compensation, right? Unfortunately, they haven't set up anything official yet. No, anti-space groups like I do offer support money, but I don't want to end up being used by people like them. Yeah, they were talking about them on the news. It was your show, actually. Oh, disappearance? Do you have any theories about what might have happened to your father? He's not the type of person to disappear and not tell anyone. He must have become involved in something. You didn't mention it. Or did he mention anything in particular before he went missing? Actually, yeah, the word Plato several times. I don't know what he meant by it. Again, with this Plato or Pluto, whatever it is. So you don't know what he could have meant by this Plato or Pluto thing. Your mother mentioned it too, which I knew. There's nowhere with a name like that here. Interesting, well... I'm gonna forget you. The stronger Dad's love got, the more his jealousy grew. That's when the relationship turned sour. Mom still kept all the pictures she had of you. One day Dad found them and burned every last one of them. including her copy of the one you just gave me. She had no pictures of you left after that. Oh, really? Did he say anything you think might help us? Well, one time, I can't remember when exactly, he broke down in tears saying he wanted to quit Tokugawa. He said that he tricked me, I hate my fucking job. Holy mackerel. That was it. That was all he said, he never mentioned it again. He never swore, which made it even more unusual. For someone here to say something like that, it's almost unheard of. Interesting. Please try to think even the littlest thing might make a difference. In what other ways was he different? He would become very pensive and emotional. He was like somebody else altogether. I think he talked to Mom about something, but he never said anything to me, so Lorraine did know something. Mom didn't tell me anything either. I'd say his work is his real hobby. I suppose he's your typical Tokugawa employee. Mom wouldn't. Mom probably wasn't satisfied with that kind of husband. Okay. Actually, I do remember hearing it now. There are a lot of people here with Japanese names, so it could be common. Yeah, but I wasn't very nice to her. I felt sorry for Dad and everything. Okay. You know what? Let's go back and see if there's anything different on TV. I'd really love it if it actually would work. It doesn't seem to be working. Really? Okay. I'm just gonna have to stop recording real